Peppa Pig, Peppa's Pumpkin Party. It is a lovely autumn day, and Peppa and George are getting ready for their Halloween party. First, they scoop out a pumpkin to make a lantern. Then Mummy Pig fixes a candle inside and lights it. "Ooh, lovely," sighs Peppa. Mummy and Daddy Pig help Peppa and George put on their costumes. Peppa is a witch, and George is a dinosaur. "Heh heh heh," Peppa cackles. "Very witchy," says Mummy Pig. "Dinosaur?" "Grrr," growls George. Peppa and George's friends have arrived. Everyone is wearing a spooky Halloween costume. Suddenly, they hear a howl. "Howl!" "What was that?" asks Peppa. "Only me," says Danny Dog. "I'm a werewolf." Peppa notices that Emily, Elephant, has a green face. "What are you, Emily?" she asks. "I'm an alien. Bloob, bloob, bloob," she replies, laughing. "And Edmund is a ghost." "Actually, I'm a paranormal apparition," corrects Edmund. "That's a clever clog's ghost." Daddy Pig appears at the door. "Welcome to the party, everyone," he booms. "Come and have some pumpkin pie." Inside the house is decorated with balloons, cobwebs, and hanging toy bats. Even Madame Gazelle has come to the Halloween party. "Hello," says Susie Sheep. "I've come as a vampire." "Ah, a vampire," sighs Madame Gazelle. "That reminds me of home." How strange. Madame Gazelle doesn't seem to have a reflection in the mirror. Daddy Pig puts on some music for everyone to dance to. "I love pumpkin parties," Peppa shouts. "I love dressing up," says Susie Sheep. "And everyone loves pumpkin pie," says Daddy Pig. Snort. "Chomp, chomp, chomp, he, he. Peppa Pig, Peppa's Spooky Halloween. It was Halloween, and Peppa and George were at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house. "Please, can we only do spooky things today, Granny?" asked Peppa. "Yes, of course," replied Granny Pig. "Most definitely," added Grandpa Pig. Grandpa Pig loves Halloween.
"Oh, yeah."
"Shall we bake some spooky treats?" said Granny Pig. "Yes, please," cheered Peppa and George. "Don't these cakes look yummy?" said Grandpa Pig.
"Yummy."
"They're not yummy, Grandpa," said Peppa. "They're spooky." "Oh yes, very spooky." Grandpa grinned. "Your house isn't very spooky, Grandpa," said Peppa. "It isn't at the moment," said Grandpa Pig, showing Peppa a great big box. "But let's see what we can do with these decorations." "Wow," gasped Peppa. "You have so many Halloween decorations." "Yes," said Grandpa. "We've collected a lot over the years." After they had made the house spooky, Peppa and George wanted to make themselves spooky too. They looked in Granny and Grandpa Pig's dressing up box. "Hee hee! Monster! Roar!" shouted George, putting on a funny monster costume. "Hee hee! Look at me! Hey hey hey!" cackled Peppa, who was dressed as a witch. "And I am the spooky vampire! Ha ha!" said Grandpa Pig in his best vampire voice. "Let's try on all the spooky costumes," cried Peppa excitedly. "Hee hee! Mommy!" shouted George, dressing up as a mummy and falling over his bandages. Meow, purred Peppa, looking just like a witch's cat. Tickle, tickle, said George, tickling Grandpa Pig with one of his 8 furry spider legs. I'm rattling my bones, said Peppa, shaking her arms and legs in a skeleton costume. Dressing up in spooky costumes was lots of fun, especially when Peppa and George both dressed up as ghosts. Boo! Shouted Peppa, jumping in front of Granny Pig. Oh, you scared me, Ghost George, said Granny Pig. No, I'm Ghost Peppa, Granny. That's Ghost George over there, said Peppa, pointing and giggling. Hee hee. Peppa and George decided to change one more time. George liked the skeleton costume the best, but Peppa had something else in mind. Look at me, said Peppa. I'm a magical Halloween unicorn. Well, we can't have Halloween without a magical Halloween unicorn, can we? Laughed Grandpa Pig. Granny and Grandpa Pig gave Peppa and George a big round of applause. You're both so spooky, said Granny Pig. What spooky thing can we do next? Asked Peppa. Why don't you put on a spooky show? Suggested Grandpa Pig. Yes, cried Peppa. We can invite Mummy and Daddy and our friends to watch it. That sounds like lots of fun, said Granny Pig. Spooky fun? Asked Peppa. Oh yes, of course, Peppa. Spooky fun, said Granny Pig, laughing. Later that afternoon, Mummy and Daddy Pig arrived at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house. Wow, Granny and Grandpa Pig have gone all out this year, said Mummy Pig as she knocked on the door. The door creaked open, and there stood Grandpa Pig in his costume. Welcome to the spooky house, he said. I trust you have come to watch this evening's performance of the spooky show. Yes, replied Daddy Pig, a little confused. Eek! Once all their friends had arrived, it's time for the spooky show, announced Peppa. We hope you find it spooky, cried George. Everyone in the audience clapped and cheered excitedly. Peppa and George took it in turns to dress up in the spooky costumes, jump in front of the audience, and shout, Boo! Boo! George was a monster. And a furry spider. And a mummy. And Peppa was a black cat. A rattly skeleton. A ghost. And a cackling witch. Hee hee. Ooh, gasped their friends, giggling. So spooky. At the end of the show, Peppa and George jumped out in their favorite costumes. I am the magical Halloween unicorn. And this is Skeleton George, Peppa cried. We hope you enjoyed our show. Peppa and George bowed as the audience clapped. Ooh! Cheered Danny Dog in his werewolf costume. What a fantastic show, said Vampire Grandpa Pig. Patting Peppa and George on the back. Well done. Now then, everyone, said Granny Pig, it's time for some spooky dancing. Hooray! Everybody cheered. jumping up to dance to the funny, spooky music.
Dancing bones and bones and bones and dancing bones, doing the skeleton dance.
Did you have a fun day at Granny and Grandpa's house? Mummy Pig asked Peppa and George on their way home. No, Mummy, it wasn't fun, replied Peppa. It was spooktacular. Wah, ha, ha. Peppa and George love Halloween. Everyone loves Halloween. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Don't miss our next Halloween story. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Bye.